Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to what's going to be a pretty decision-packed episode of Endless Legend here. We got a lot of stuff going on. So first of all, obviously, six regions on turn 52 I'm feeling pretty good about, and I think, with the exception of Redalta, all of these cities are above average. I think Redalta's just about average. It's only a city I would normally be pretty happy to have, so I think we're in a fantastic position here. I wonder, though, given the extreme goodness, the extreme value of most of our cities, I wonder if it's true that all of the regions are, super powered, if maybe we just, random map generated our way into a legendary map. And so, if that's the case, if maybe also all of the AI cities are super good, that's something we maybe need to worry about. Although, to be perfectly honest, the AI are worse at exploiting the map than a player is. A lot of the AI's ability to win the game has to do with all the free stuff they get, so probably all of us starting with really, really good land advantages me more than it advantages them. Anyway, let's talk about the many, many, many things we need to do today. We have just entered Era 3 on turn 52, which puts us behind the AI, I'm assuming. Yeah, considerably behind the AI that actually know how to research stuff. The Forgotten have a whole weird science thing, so their position on this graph doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, way behind the AI, as you might imagine, because look at this thing. They just get a tech a turn for the first, 8 turns, and then, we'll catch up. I am pretty happy with our rate of gain, actually. And we still have science buildings to build in some of our cities. We are probably going to get this. I'm assuming that if any AI had the interest in building it, they would have done it before turn 52. So that's going to be even more science for Enolia. And I think, with the way things are working out, and Enolia having as much food as it has, we should probably plan on this being our heavy science city. So this is where we should probably build our husbandry center, and eventually our center for mineralogy. This is where we'll probably want to move Zarcha Atenal as soon as she is no longer necessary for defense on the front. And obviously once Zarcha moves, then we also start doing the pillars there as well. I'm getting distracted. We have text to research. So first of all, the things that jump right out at me. We actually have very good luxuries, including Moonleaf. Moonleaf, of course, being the luxury that increases your science output by 50%. A non-optional luxury for us. If we didn't have sources of it to mine, we'd have to get it some other way, so I'm really happy that we have it. The earlier we can get this going, the better. And each Tier 2 and Tier 3 luxury gives you 10 approval when boosted, so valuable to us for a couple of reasons. Obviously, we also need our Tier 2 strategic resources. In terms of these techs, I think it's pretty clear that we're getting uncommon armor rather than uncommon alloys. First of all, while we do have some metal right now, we can't make use of, we can't mine anymore for a little while. We at least need to research and then actually build the smelters. So it would be a while before we could outfit, full armies with adamantium. Also, we have 2 sources of adamantium, I believe, and only 1 source of palladium. Yeah, here's the 2 adamantiums. So we are probably not looking at using palladium for anything other than building for a while. So uncommon armor will let us get better, will let us build useful stuff more efficiently. You get better stuff from the weapon tech, you get stuff that is efficient and cheap from the armor tech, is basically a good shortcutty way to think of it. Another thing that's valuable about uncommon armor is that the palladium and adamantium accessories give the governor trinkets give plus food and plus industry for citizens working on food and industry. And that is a thing that we are actually doing a ton of right now, so that would be really handy to get into Zarcha Atenal's hands. In addition, the army commander accessories are plus attack and plus defense for the whole army. Those are both great. Those are both fine stats. I honestly don't think either of them is as good as Tier 2 damage up, and, we do have to come back and get alchemical armor at some point. Yeah, let's not worry about that right now. Other stuff we need to pick up. Obviously, statistical methods is very important, and the Advanced Alchemy Lab is already quite good in Enolia. It's only going to get better, because we're going to keep expanding that city. Bread and circuses is important. Obviously, we are... you know what? It's probably not going to push us up a happiness tier, so maybe it's not important. Yeah, it's not really important unless you're near the borderline, right? Dust mechanics is great. Obviously, all of our pillars being more effective is important. Somebody pointed out in the comments that instead of switching from our current minor faction to Delvers, given that we have 3 of each of these cities, we should probably just pick up the tech for the second assimilation slot and have them both, and I think that's absolutely correct. So we do need to go back and get that. This is important. Dust Refinery. We're going to be very dust reliant, as Ardent Mages always are. And of all these things, this is the one that most helps us get the other stuff done, right? Because we can do buyouts. Like, once we have good dust income, we can go back and get prisoners, slaves, and volunteers to reduce our buyout costs. Yeah, this might go first. Or, like, maybe we get uncommon armor and then Dust Refinery? Because we do at the very least want to be able to equip Zarcha Atenal with the trinket that increases industry. Although, it's not very much industry. I think it's only plus... Oh, shoot. You know what? I don't actually remember which one's which. With the first tier stuff, it's easy, because the titanium trinket gives you science, and the glass steel trinket gives you dust. The blue strategic gives you the blue resource. The yellow strategic gives you the yellow resource. I don't remember whether adamantium gives you food or industry. And this is way more relevant if adamantium gives industry. I guess adamantium is the same color as industry, and palladium isn't the color of any of the resources, so maybe that's food? Boy, this is the sort of thing I should know by now. These food buildings are made out of palladium. Science buildings are made out of titanium. Dust buildings are made out of glass steel, right? I mean, that's an association. That makes sense. So yeah, if the adamantium trinket gives us plus industry, it'll be +1 industry for each citizen working on industry. So, in our case, 4. That's probably not worth the adamantium cost. I say, let's go here first. Then we'll come back and either get uncommon armor or smelting station, depending on how much time I think we have before the fighting is imminent. And in the meantime, we gotta build troops, but we also gotta keep improving our cities. We gotta think about getting another hero at some point. I guess Dust Refinery is definitely the correct tech for doing that. Yeah, okay. I'm comfortable with the Dust Refinery. Alright, so we have a full army sitting here, so Zarcha Atenal's getting some good extra XP. Any tile that's showing more than 2 science is a tile that has natural science on it, which means that this would be affecting 5 of our 7 tiles. So it is less than a turn of industry for all that extra science. I think that's worth doing. And then we probably do want to rebuild this Delvers village. Yeah, I think so. I know that we're, again, delaying building units, but we're not really waiting on units right now. We're waiting on some techs. In Oleran, I think we can continue to build units. I mean, a geomic lab here is pretty good as well. Yeah, alright, and then units. Oh, hold on, I don't want to queue up any units yet. Because we just entered a new era, and we can put a new level of armor on our units. So here's a question. Do we want to start equipping movement talismans? It does increase the cost of the unit by a lot. But it's also a huge amount of movement, and remember that improved movement does give a point of battle movement and some initiative as well. And 7 initiative, when we're dealing with the numbers that we're dealing with here, is pretty significant. And we're making some of these units as far away as the capital. Yeah, okay, I think we should. Oh, I should probably change both the designs, though. Alright, we definitely want to stick with the claws. We do not expect to see any cavalry fighting the Forgotten. Okay. So now we can queue up some units. That is an expensive unit, but we're going to be at 6 population working industry here soon. At some point, we want to pull people back onto food over here. I might want to throw the husbandry center on the end of the museum. Yeah, man, we have a lot of things, and we need them all, like, now. Oh, the other thing I forgot, but totally matters, is Dust Purifier. As we get closer to the war, we should take Dust Purifier, because if I remember this correctly, I think the first level of Incantation of Enervation only stuns a single tile. The second level adds all adjacent tiles to the targeting area. And if that's true, then obviously that spell upgrade's pretty good. And even if that's not true, the spell upgrade's going to do something. We're going to be using that stun a lot when we go into combat. I know, we've played like a game and a half at this point, and you've never seen me use it, so how important can it possibly be? But if you have played Ardent Mages at a high level, you know the answer is incredibly, unbelievably important. So very important. Do I want to go grab these pearls? We could pop a unit out of here and go grab pearls. Kind of think I don't want those sitting around any longer. Sneaky red dudes running in here and stealing all my pearls. Look at them. You see them? They're right there, and that's totally what they were going to do. These are mine. Oh, hey, pearls. Right. So, like, the Chapel of Auriga is pretty good for us. Especially since our biggest and most important city is in a 3-village region. Obviously, there's no point in unlocking this prior to having 25 pearls, because it's 15 to unlock it and then another 10 to actually build it. But that's what we are building pearls up for. I think that's the first pearl thing we want. Okay, so for right now, we're not really making a lot more moves toward aggressiveness, but we gotta keep the plan rolling, you know? We want to fight red, but in the end, this is going to be a science victory if it's going to be any kind of victory, so... Oh, by the way, a patch came out yesterday, like right after I finished recording, and I want to talk about that a little bit, because they did something I do not understand. Alright, so you guys should grab this. And then I think just come back, right? And, well, I suppose we could grab these pearls as well. We are going to keep getting harassed. Okay, we injured their spy. Gonli's population keeps getting destroyed. That's part of the reason I'm so eager to repair the village. It's going to give us a point of population that can't be removed with the decreased population action. If Gonli's minimum functional population is 4, that makes it really hard for them to keep us from being effective there. Hold on. I'm gonna tab down for a second. You guys won't notice a thing, but I made a note of this because I thought it was crazy. They put in a ton of bug fixes. It's a huge bug fix patch. Amplitude is really good about fixing important bugs. I give them crap sometimes because there's some weird cosmetic bugs in this game where like values don't quite add up, and also the grammar is not very good. I know that's not a high priority apparently for any game developer, but it bugs me. I wish people cared about their grammar more. And but in general, they're really good about stuff. But they made a change that I don't understand at all. According to this patch note, necrophage stockpiles will now spawn 2 Battleborns, and fights will yield twice the regular amount of corpses during the Dust Eclipse. What could possibly have been happening in their internal testing that makes that reasonable? The necrophages are already wildly overpowered during the Dust Eclipse. That change seems insane to me. I don't know if they heard that somebody managed to lose a game with the necrophages, and they were like, well, that can't be. We can't allow this to stand. Okay, so, our pillars ended. Now we have a choice. We have some options here. I've been sticking to the science pillars, and we're going to be sticking to the science pillars through most of the game. But at some point here, there may be points where the Pillar of Influence is correct. There's also, in this era, we get the ability to research the pillar that adds dust. And that can be very effective. It is a research that we would have to perform, which makes it a little unlikely that we're going to go get it, at least right now, because obviously we have a lot of other stuff happening. But, like, where are we at on... We have an Empire plan coming up in 7 turns. With this number of cities, we're looking at 360 influence just to maintain our science and industry quadrant, which I don't think is unreasonable. It would be cool to get this, but 720 is a little high, and this is non-negotiable. We have to keep that. So, we're at 295 now. We will have the 360 at our current rate of influence gain. I don't have to do anything at all for that to be true, which I like a lot. If we wanted to get to anything else, like... We could tack another 120 on to get back to 480 to keep this rolling. Honestly, I don't think that's necessary. Okay, I think we're fine with the 360 plan, so we don't need to worry about influence at all. Let's keep the science rolling. And it's the same as ever, right? Put it down right here. And do I want to do another one? Yeah, I think so. Doesn't much matter where, just adjacent, right? So you are just... This is an Assassin 10, but really not that impressive. 112 attack is a lot, but it's only multiplying a damage value of 47. The Rumblers are tough, 78 defense, 257 health. The hero is remarkably weak. Good range slayer, though. We have to watch out for... Naphog Dauda getting into our zealots. That would be dangerous. All right, got a lot of important stuff completing over the next couple of turns, but for now, let's click the button, I suppose. Okay, one of the good, quote-unquote good things, one of the sort of good things about our population getting set back down all the time, one of the things that makes it not quite as devastating as it might appear, is that those low points of population don't really require a lot of food, so they regenerate quickly and frequently. Hi, can I help you? What are you doing? Can I take you? Do I think that this is the thing I could win? Okay, well, that gives me some incentive. We could pop these units out. We're looking at 63 attack, 50 damage against defense values that would mean we're doing half damage or even no damage a lot of the time. I'm starting to wonder. Maybe that's not a good idea. The assassin would go down pretty quickly. Might do some damage on the way out. Almost certainly wouldn't get a kill. These rumblers are tough, though. If I attacked right now, we would get 2 cities worth of militia, plus our hero. And obviously we'd pop all these guys out and we'd attack with a force of 4, so as to ease the replenishments in. I kind of want to. They're only doing 28 fortification damage, so they will not actually destroy the village this turn. It'll have 2 fortification health left. Alright, hold on. Is there anything else that needs doing? Let's make other decisions right now. Here, obviously, it would be cool to build the alchemy workshop, but I think, given the way things are going right now... Oh, wow. That is not an acceptable build time. You know what? Make that alchemy workshop happen. That's important, and also, it'd take you so long to build a unit. Jesus, how is it that long? That's terrible. And then in Gonli, obviously in Gonli we're building units. Well, hold on. Am I being silly? I'm also noticing that the industrial megapole also has not been built. And like here... I wonder if we could still get this. Again, like building an industrial megapole in a city that is on the front can be a big deal. I think I'm going to go ahead and build troops here. The megapole's not the potentiality of a megapole is not the deciding factor, but it does factor in a little bit. But mostly I think I'm being silly. Like, we just need military units. We have to have guys ready. And building guys who have current gear is important right now, especially since we don't have the dust to retrofit our existing units. You have pretty good attack and pretty okay, like pretty good damage rather, and pretty okay attack. Still looking like we're gonna have a really hard time killing the rumblers. Now my casters all have slowdown, so we can just kite them because we can get them down to one movement. But the first couple of turns of the battle are going to be a little hectic, and also we don't actually know that there aren't other armies in range. But I mean, we can go for this and just hide our real units behind our militia, and like if we get some damage, cool, and if we don't get some damage, it doesn't really matter. As long as we don't lose anything, really, right? Start building me a warlock. We're most likely to lose warlocks here. Pop the zealots out and have at them, shall we? Now keep in mind, if they did have reinforcements, if those reinforcement armies are entirely stealth, they won't show up on this screen. So the fact that we don't see any is not necessarily indicative of there not being any. And let's do it. Okay. High priority here is killing the assassin. Killing their hero also matters, but the hero won't actually die. The assassin we can actually kill. So we want to start far away from the rumblers. We want to make them walk over to us, and slowly. You have 3 moves, so if I put you back here, he can't actually attack a ranged unit now. So he will attack our warlock, we'll trade with him, and then we just hammer him with the zealots, and then we can either use militia on these guys or run away from them. Basically just avoid losing units is the plan. I guess it's possible that this guy will run forward and attack the militia. He could run forward and attack Zarcha Atenol. That would actually be very annoying if he did it. I want her to move out of battle entirely. Oh, what am I thinking? Yeah, he couldn't have done that. He didn't have enough move to attack her. Alright, well, I'm happy to see her getting out of the way. Yeah, I didn't think about how many attacks it was going to take to actually... We're going to lose this warlock. Well, it's not ideal, but if we kill these guys with only 1 actual unit loss, that'd be pretty good. Alright, so we got to make sure that we are applying slowdown to all of them. But we have to do it in such a way that they can't attack me. For right now, it's safe to do... I was going to say it's safe to do that. We don't actually know where that guy's going to be, though. He only has 2 move. He can't go far. We got to make sure that we only attack them from places where they can't retaliate against us. Have all the melee units target this guy. And have our hero target this guy. Because again, like killing a hero in a battle where not the whole army is going to die always feels like a little bit of a waste. But here I think it's a reasonable thing to do. Because this hero is the only unit that can deal damage to us. And we might lose as many as 100% of our militia. And if that happens, it's totally fine, because the militia will regenerate instantly and for free. Who cares? Alright, so you make sure we get the slowdown on you. Ah, that's crappy. Oh, you didn't actually get attacked. I was like, wait a second, why'd that guy get a turn? Because we shouldn't have taken damage there. But that's right, we moved adjacent to him without attacking him. So that's fun. Yeah, actually, do this. And everybody focuses on that. Okay, we got to make sure that we are staying mobile, too. Well, no, we got to kill this hero. This guy's already slowed, and he'll be slowed through the end of this turn. So maybe the right play is back all the way up away from their hero. Yeah, okay. Ah, that's a shame. It's in there with the Range Slayer. That's going to drop him, though. And then we have this guy locked in place. Okay, so we should not take any more damage on non-militia units for the rest of the battle. Get the slowdown on you from a position where I can't be punished for getting that slowdown. And then over here we get that. We can just lock all three of them down, I guess. Which makes this play unnecessary. We could instead just focus on this guy and try to actually kill him. Alright, the militia have done a fine job here. Yeah, you can see, this is what I was talking about. The level of defense that these guys have makes it a little awkward to try to kill them. Right, let's make sure that we get the slowdown applied on that guy. I guess, actually, still not necessary. But this dude's going to die probably in one attack. So actually, we don't need to attack him at all. You attack him just in case he's not dead for some reason. We can start in on the other dudes. I guess this is maybe the right play. We might be able to bring that guy down. Yeah, you attack him. Okay. So I think they end up with a hero who last standed and one of their rumblers still standing. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. There we go. Alright, I want to make absolutely sure nothing crazy is going to happen here, so we're going to manually manage everybody's range. You attack him from that forest to leave a slightly higher chance that you will survive. Okay. That was a pretty good start. Sucks to lose a warlock, but we definitely gave better than we got there. Or gave worse than we... You know what I mean. We did well. So they're not going to get to pillage our village. We'll definitely attack them again next turn. They're at low enough health that a retreat is fatal, so they won't retreat. They'll just stand there and die. I mean, I guess they could retreat. I don't really care if they do. Kills them either way. Yeah, feeling pretty good about it. Spam the heck out of this button so we can be sure to get the attack before any reinforcements up here. Keep getting XP for Zarcha Atenal, which is, of course, free value. This is exactly why I wanted to spawn Holkaj where we did, and I think it has really worked out well for us. Alright, let's make sure we do this manually just so nothing stupid happens. Wow, you regenerated 40 health already. Okay, well that's not a big deal. All we have to do is stand out of range. I think this is a fine way to do it. Also, we're getting spied on. Decreased population level 3 in Holkaj. We're working on it. Red will have their day soon enough. Okay, so this guy moves to here, then we just, like, have at him in a very serious way. With maximum seriousness. Okay, easy enough, and the rest of our units can't move forward far enough to be targeted. And then, yeah, militia from here, and everybody just runs forward and does the murders. Easy. We could kite rumblers all day without the militia, but it does make it easier and more fail-safe to have the militia around. In particular, if there weren't militia out there, I'd have been a little bit nervous about... I should probably grab this. I would have been a little bit more nervous about potential stealth armies in the dark. Okay, so what are you doing? You're probably just making units, right? Oh, you don't even have a market yet. Also, it takes forever to build anything here, but, like, the market has to be how we solve that problem. In Radalta, we have finished that thing. We are 9 turns at least off of winter, so I think we definitely have time for a seed storage. And then, yeah, like, we have to make basic stuff in Radalta. Market would put you up to content. It might also push the entire empire closer to fervent. You know what? I value this quite highly. Not over the seed storage, but Radalta will get that done. In Nolia, if you finish the museum... You know what? A dust refinery goes in front of the husbandry center, at least, because we definitely will not be moving people to industry I'm going to take this off the list for the moment. We're definitely not moving people to industry until after the dust refinery is done, right? Like, no way, so. Okay, now we have our dust refinery, so now I think it's time to figure out what we're doing with our troops. Are we establishing proper mining first, or are we just going straight to uncommon armor? I think maybe it's like that. Because we can do the first couple of hero equips, and then get our smelting going afterward. I really would love to buy another hero, but if we can't, and we have to snap Zarcha Atnol off to the army for the push to take red stuff, and then back to being a governor afterward, that's still probably fine. It's going to be good XP. Be lying if I said I wasn't a little concerned. But, I mean, we don't have a choice. We're going to get espionage actioned to death if we don't do something here. Oh, that is a weird looking... What is going on with that? It, like, built a building inside of the thing at the same time. Oh! It made the watchtower. Do you get a free watchtower if you build a district on top of a watchtower foundation? I think I must have never done that before. To be fair, watchtower foundations are usually on borders, which means that they usually make a pretty bad space to build a district on. Yep, gave me a free watchtower. That's cool. We don't need it. It doesn't provide any benefit in this position, but it's cool. Okay, so you guys, for the moment, need to get back inside the city and get back to providing XP. We now have 25 pearls, so we can unlock this blessing, and then actually probably prioritize it in Gonli, right? Because this is another 3 points of population that can't be removed via spy nonsense. It slows down our troop build for right now, but it accelerates it afterward. Yeah, I think this is right. I think so. I'm a little torn, as you can tell from the tone of my voice, but I think that's right. Empire-wide approval is, yeah, only up to 72. Yeah, I don't think that the approval tech would push us over the top. At some point we're going to have to deal with these guys, because they're going to... Sometimes minor factions will siege a city. I think we saw that last game. So I don't like to have them running around, but I guess for right now they don't seem to be making a nuisance of themselves. God, we also need burrows. We have almost no burrows built. It's just like a lot of stuff. There's always a lot of stuff to do, you know? A huge, huge amount of stuff at all times. It's one of the things I like about this game. If there was only one correct choice in many, even just many situations, it would certainly be a lot less interesting. Okay, we are certainly ejecting troops from Gonli again, because we have stuff to search. Did we get a warning this time? I don't remember a warning. Alright, if we get lucky here... How close are we to another hero? Ooh, they're like 600. Well, a couple of them are only 500, although these are not great heroes for the thing we would want them for. Third builder Gulawaya is not bad. Gulayawa, rather. Initiative boost 2 is fine. I would really prefer a ranged hero, for the same reasons that I've expressed many times at this point. That was 150 dust, that's welcome. God, I love roads. And then we should probably pop another unit out to grab that, right? There's pretty good odds that this unit doesn't get them both in time. A lot of walking. And then they can just come back and rejoin. So we're probably not making hero money. You know what? If they both give 150 dust, we are totally on hero money. We can pick up another a hero who's designed to lead our armies, but they can be a governor like in Holkaj or something for a little while. Just to start racking XP up. You know, one other effect of these higher tier armor techs is that the higher tier armor is actually okay. Like, I've talked a couple of times about how the titanium and Glass steel armor pieces are kind of outclassed by tier 3 iron in a lot of cases. Not all cases, but mostly they're pretty bad. But these armor pieces are actually like pretty okay. Yeah, 18 life, 8% attack versus 30 life, 15% attack. It's pretty obviously an advantage there. But we probably don't have enough resources to worry about that kind of thing. Oleron has lost population. Okay, the good news is they have never done any nonsense in Enolia. I think they don't know it's there. Or at least they've never gotten vision of it, so they haven't been able to implant any spies. $130 dust. That's pretty good. Come on, large amount of dust. That was, in fact, a large amount of dust. Awesome. Okay. We are hiring a hero. Who do we have in terms of ranged heroes? Just Najnizolia, who has Army Defense Boost 2. And then, of course, the wonderful ranged glass tree. Which... Hold on. Which trinkets did we get? I think the way we want to look... Yeah, this is how we can look at this. So we have the Army Defense Boost trinket. The Attack Boost trinket is off of Palladian, which we don't have access to yet. So Army Defense Boost is the worst skill a hero can currently have for us. Maybe we use this dust for something else. Save up and try to get another hero after some more heroes become available. Because new heroes show up on the market periodically. We could pick up third builder Gulayawa. Initiative boost isn't great either. I'm really hoping for a hero who has attack or damage, honestly. Health boost, damage boost 2, and I mean we know that Broken Lord heroes have great stats. God, I would love a ranged hero though. A hero of the ranged class, I mean, not just a hero who attacks at range. We don't have to buy them right now. We're maybe giving up the opportunity to get a little bit of XP on them, but I think waiting for the right hero is pretty valuable. Okay, we're not that far from having a full 6 units in our city garrison again, even after the death. I think the capital just builds another unit. Pretty sure. It's also pretty good at it. Yeah, let's give me another zealot. Actually, we probably need a warlock, don't we? I need somebody to hold down the front. Like, it's not going to be the case that we have militia with us at all times. Everywhere else we're doing important stuff. We will have 15 titanium next turn. Oh, we won't have the glass steel to build it. Never mind. I'm just thinking, like, if we could get that megapole, it's showing 9 turns to build right now, and we're about to gain 3 population in this city. Like, we can actually make this happen. I can't get back any glass steel. I certainly don't want to cancel the build on that. That's, like, super important. I guess we could just wait until we have the glass steel. But mostly what I was thinking is we could rush this construction if that makes sense. It appears not to. The Alchemy Workshop really doesn't take that long to put up. Oh, part of the problem is I'm building markets everywhere too, but like those markets are right? Yeah. Yeah. Do we have any quests that I can do that give... Oh, I forgot about this. When we build the glass steel extractor in Redalta, we're going to get that crossbow. That's cool. We're nowhere on this, and we're probably not going to be anywhere on that anytime soon. The Gelderus would like 8 of my emeralds. Yeah, alright, we can do that. We go turn that village over. That doesn't get us anything except a point of population, but hey, a point of population, you know, that's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, so that's a thing, actually, that this guy should turn around and do. We should handle that. I'm going to hit end turn right now. We're at the influence level necessary for the Empire plan we intend to put together here. I'm really, really hoping that we'll see a refresh on the hero marketplace soon. I don't know how long it is correct to wait. The Mazari got our trade route tech away from us. That's a shame. Oh, hey, we can do it this turn, in fact. Movement trinkets are, like, pretty good. Let's grab ourselves a point of population for this city. You guys just need to get back into this city. Alright, how is Zarcha doing? I don't remember exactly what the conversion from the industry of a completed building to XP is, but I have to imagine she's going to level up pretty soon. You all need to get moving in this direction pretty quickly so the Gelderis don't come back and devour you. And after we finish Smelting Station, this might be the time to pick up Native District. Our dust income is pretty good now, and it's about to get quite a bit better. And this would be the time to assimilate the Delvers. We certainly are not going to unassimilate the Ursus anytime soon. They are fantastic. Gosh, I love them so. Out there before the Gelderis get angry. Just take this thing. We certainly cannot afford to lose this bonus right now. And I mean, the 20% science on cities is pretty much always non-negotiable. You feel really bad if you have to not take that. It is acceptable to not take it in order to get the 25 approval in most cases. If not taking the science lets you get the approval, because the approval bonus will probably give you quite a bit of science as well as giving you a lot of other stuff, but... Oh, and I totally forgot. I was gonna... Not playing efficiently here. Forgot to give Zarcha Admiral this thing. I think this is worth the 11 Adamantian, probably. Right, because at this point it's 7 industry per turn. Yeah, I think that's worthwhile. It should have been on the whole time. Sorry, 9, because now we're back up to 3 natural points of population as well. So yeah, we should get our alchemy workshop, but we probably want to finish this warlock first. Because that'll put us on... That plus this guy plus that guy puts us on 6 units in the garrison. I'm going to give this one more turn and hope that it refreshes with the new Empire plan period. Like, we got to start using this dust for something, right? We're about to have even more. I just don't think that our selection of heroes available there is very good. Really? Only up to 49? What happened? Ooh, wow. That sucks. Well, I'm glad I put that thing on Zarcha. The stupid Gelderis are pillaging the Gelderis village. I care about that enough to go stop it, I think. You could just do a big retrofit, get all these guys caught up, and then they would all have movement trinkets as well. It feels like not a great use of our dust. Also, more heroes showed up. Awesome. 2 Weyrasigos. Okay, that's interesting. Weyrasigo is not a great army hero, although, honestly, a ranged hero with no army-specific capacities is still pretty good. But Food Boost 2, Industry Boost 3. That's a very relevant city hero. Temok Rayan has Army Damage Boost 1 and Army Boost 1. That's pretty interesting. This guy has Army Vision Range and Army Initiative Boost. It has Army Boost 2. Petrov Judit has Army Defense Boost 2. So, I mean, I think it comes down to, like, Temok Rayan versus... Temok Rayan as the commander of our forces versus Weyrasigo as possibly just a governor. Our dust is in a pretty good place. Maybe we could just take a governor and then trust that having another governor is going to make it easier for us to get more dust in order to get a commander. But, like, I don't want to delay the war too much more. We're already maybe delaying it too much. After Native District, we really do have to pick up the spell buff. Because it's like probably time to start threatening. And war is going to make... Or winter. The oncoming winter is going to make war a little awkward. Also... Oh yeah, the quest relevant to that thing. Okay, hold on. Let's pin this. And then real quick, where are the ruin turn-ins? Oh, none of them are anywhere near me. This is them, and this is us. Okay, so we can't get rid of that event. Strategics are just going to cost $1 million. Equipment is just going to cost a ton for us forever. That's really bad. I'm glad we equipped Zarcha Admiral with that thing last turn. Yeah, that's really bad. That actually sucks a huge amount. Man, it's hard to turn down Wayward Seago, especially since I could buy this one, and then this guy's exclusive, and we could buy him next, and maybe we just, like... Maybe Wayward Seago is the one who commands our forces for a little while. The thing about that is that obviously we don't want to spend any points on this stuff, because we want to be building up toward natural resources, and eventually, natural architect. 4 food and 6 industry per level, plus 1% food and industry per level. In addition to being a wild walker. But we need a commander. Like, I have to actually make this happen. The longer I wait on this, the more damage we're going to take from those spies. And I don't know that I can win the game with the Forgotten standing directly on my neck this whole time. So... I think I'm going to do this first. I'm very torn about it, but I think I'm going to do this first. You get in here. We're not that far off another hero, although it's going to be winter before too much longer. Which is going to delay the next hero, but hopefully we can put together the dust to pick one up soon. Then we can start getting XP right here. Like, being ranged is so good. The extra point of movement and vision is huge immediately, and then not long after that you start getting attack and then like damage. The point of range for ranged units is also super relevant with us because of all the zealots. Yeah, it's extremely good. Okay, there's nothing else we need to do this turn. We finished the tech for the extractors, so we do need to get the extractors going. And that's probably a sooner rather than later kind of thing. I'm going to delay some units for it. Am I? How much do we need? Oh, he needs to get the defense booster, although can he even equip it now? Just barely. Okay, well, I mean, we do. Army Defense Boost 1 is not huge, but it's 5 plus 15%, which on a lot of our units is probably going to be... On these guys, it's not that much. On the Warlocks, what do our Warlocks have right now? 45 defense, so it's like 10 defense for them. That's meaningful. But yeah, I actually don't think it is an emergency kind of issue. Maybe we can finish what we're doing. I maybe didn't even need to research it quite that quickly. Yeah, I'm really glad that I equipped that thing on Zarcha Admiral last turn, because if I had waited until this turn, there wouldn't have been enough Adamantium to do both. We got lucky. I'm really surprised this number didn't go up by more. I thought for sure the... Oh, because this didn't actually complete last turn, that's why. I thought that had finished. Okay, well, when it finishes in a second, hopefully we'll see that number go up a bit. And then when we assimilate the Delvers and get 15% more dust output everywhere. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. 50% more, 15% more dust output everywhere. That's going to be pretty good. Here is how we cut our teeth. And we should get Redalta's garrison on this as well. So that we can hide behind the militia and just shoot at the Gelderis from back there. How fast are they? 4 move? We all have slowdown? Oh, except for new guy. Oh, new guy who doesn't have any gear on. I gotta fix that. So you have 27 initiative. I don't remember how much our militia have. I think our militia are going to go after these guys do. So let's put all of our zealots way back here. Like here? Because it's actually easier for them to get to this side because they don't have the trees in the way. It might be better to be over here where the game had me set initially. Maybe right here is good. This guy, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't really get around. He could get to here or here. Here or here. Yeah, we're pretty hard pressed to defend these guys. Yeah, and our militia go afterward. I don't mind them doing damage to the hero. But the main valuable thing about the hero is not him actually being alive in battle, especially right now when he doesn't have any gear on. Well, we do... Oh, that's true. We do get the slowdown on them before they get to attack. So that's something. Also, I put all my guys back, and then I was just like, hey, everybody run forward and attack like a bunch of idiots. And hey, look at that. We didn't even lose anybody. Everything's fine. It's like... Came within an inch of a very silly mistake there. Okay, well done, everyone. Get home. Oh, you, hold on. We gotta equip some actual stuff on you. So... Are we just doing this? Actually, this is only 3... Oh, sorry. It was only 3 before the event that makes strategic stuff more expensive. So, never mind. We don't have a good shield for you. Where are we at on that new crossbow, though? The glass steel extractor is not even in the queue. Also, there's spices here. I don't know if I remember... I don't know if I knew that. I'm going to put the glass steel extractor a little higher priority because it gets us a new crossbow that he will definitely be using. The Mizari have defeated 10 armies of other empires. Not great for us. The Mizari are given to runaways, and this might be a sign of that occurring. We have a lot of that to deal with. Somebody built a Guardian, so this will be the quest to get the Guardian slaying unit, which we will not bother to do. It does have a reward of 15 Hyperion. The relevant ruin is forever away, so never mind. This has been a pretty good dust eclipse for us, though. Okay, up here, I kind of want to get the alchemy workshop and just like keep pounding away at that. Because science is good, right? I think science is pretty good. And we have 1 full army of units already. We do need to keep building units, but I think we can keep building units... Well, no, I'm being silly, right? We build the alchemy workshop here. We build units in Holkaj. Does feel slow, though. For right now, the Zealot can just crouch in the city. And I've been talking about this war for, like, actually since we found out who our neighbor was, and yet another video is going to end without me declaring, it looks like. That's obviously very important. And then we need burrows. We just need to build outward. Obviously, the most valuable burrow position is here, because of the fact that this anomaly is right there and is awesome. So... And is another 10 approval, like the city needs it. But I think... Actually, this is when we put the husbandry center in. Once we have a turn of build into the Palladian extractor, we're going to move probably some people to food. It's time to start pumping population in this city. Once we get back to 10 pearls, we'll build a chapel. Well, we're actually pretty close. I didn't realize how close we were on that. We could have this guy hop out and grab those and then meet up with us later. Wait. It says he has 2 of his points of movement left. Why can't he move out of the army? There we go. Okay, weird. Yeah, he can grab this and then meet up with us on the way back. That's probably right. But we are definitely looking at declaring war soon, because we're at kind of a local maximum here, power-wise. Man, it would be really cool if the AI would deal with this dust to rust event on my behalf. Hey, look at that. Our pillars run out right as we have enough dust to lay down a couple of new pillars. And Zarcha Atenal is gaining XP. This is actually only 4 science for this city, so not great, but obviously Firestarter. Firestarter is important. Man, I can't wait until we can move her over to that other city. And we're still really far out. The Megapole might just show up too late to be useful. It's a possibility. We finished our native thingy, so let's get... Oh, the next assimilate's 100. Well, maybe this is a moment to put down some pillars of influence. They are only one industry or one influence each. Because we don't have pillar tech. God, I'm a mess right now. We have so many things we need to do. I think pillar tech is probably not before statistical methods, especially since we're about to lay down pillars right now. I don't want to wait for it. But we do need to get some more influence. I was remembering the second assimilate is costing 60 influence, not 100. And we can pull some people off of things they're doing now onto influence for a moment. And just keep running the science pillars. Science is definitely more broadly useful. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, could you guys maybe do that for a couple of turns? And then we got to get back on the adamantine extractor, but I think it's probably more important that we keep everybody everywhere else on the thing they're doing right now. If we move people off of industry here, are we adding turns to the extractor? Because we don't need to necessarily... I mean, I guess it doesn't really make sense to delay the husbandry center to make food. The husbandry center is going to more than double the amount of food we get out of those people. Also, hey, it's green. Oh, nice of him to have his faction symbol right there on the sails. So green is an Alayi player. Is taking control of the sea to our east and is probably intending to take control of this one if it can be controlled. Sometimes sea regions have no fortresses and so are not available for control. This is neutral. Wasn't this green? Maybe it was blue. Maybe green and blue are fighting. We can check that. Having met blue. Actually, maybe I can't. Maybe I don't get to see... They're at war with red, though. Oh, so we should attack. Like, we really should attack. Oh, also, right, Enolia has, right, I went out of my way to pick up these pearls for a reason. So yeah, Enolia definitely needs to stay on industry. Yeah, okay, the time has come to make violence. That will be how we begin the next video, with violence. For right now, let's try to move all the pieces back over to their appropriate locations for to begin said violence. But honestly, I'm really pleased with, like, we've managed to keep ourselves in a place where it was awkward for Red to attack us. Holkaj, the double city settle here was, I think, instrumental. We took advantage when we could took advantage. We sheltered when we couldn't. Is this green? Yeah, okay. Loyal children and defenders of Mother Auriga. Okay, I have no beef with you. You and I could be the best of friends. Except that if blue is at war with red and you're at war with blue, that might be awkward for me, because if blue's at war with red and we take some of red's cities, it's likely to create a favorable diplomatic situation with blue, which I would like to take advantage of. So if they're at war with green, that could be a little awkward. But it would be really cool to have peace with another player, maybe get some trade going and stuff. So let's do one more turn here real quick. I just want to get the Delvers assimilated and then move these people back off of influence, because otherwise I'm afraid I'll forget to do it. Alright, we have actual strategic income now. The Palladian extractor is up. The Adamantine extractors are in progress. I'm feeling really good about our situation. The fact that Red managed to get themselves into a war with someone who's not me, it just shows a real lack of understanding of their situation on their part. They clearly consider me not at all a threat. And I guess there are legitimate reasons that that might be the case. I will admit I have not been the most threatening. But all that's coming to an end. And they're still harassing me. Okay, sorry, this is not harassing me, this is them trying to get benefit. That doesn't hurt me at all. But still, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by it. They're all up in my city gaining infiltration. You probably need to continue to produce units for the moment. We're going to need replacements. I'm sure we will lose people. But the fact that we now have an empowered stun spell means we will lose a lot fewer than we would have even only a few turns ago. We're about to get access to that sick crossbow. It's pretty good, actually. The crossbow you get from this quest is pretty good for a first strategic type piece of gear. Although if we go after it, it is going to slow down my my potential megapole. Who knows? We might not even get the megapole, but it's another one of those things where if nobody else has built it by turn 65, it might be that nobody plans to build it. The AI has just decided that this turn this game they do not care. You know what? We'll I guess we'll leave that as a decision for next time. So for now, as of the beginning of next turn, Enolia is going to be on 13 functioning population. We're building that husbandry center. We don't need to build the center for mineralogy right afterward. Obviously, everybody's going to be on food for a while. So we'll start building out burrows. This city is going to get huge and incredibly prosperous. Our dust is in a really good place. We got to do some troop retrofitting. I do think that this is vital. But after we do that, we're talking about new heroes and more pillars. I guess we have to be a little careful with our dust because we got to make sure we're carrying dust into battle so that we can use it to stun. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we will not be in a big hurry to retrofit. Maybe we'll just we'll use the design 2 units as long as we can use them, and when they die out, we'll just replace them with design 3 units that are being built behind the scenes. Although for now, the design 2 units are holding back the speed of the army. And I guess he is too, because I don't have him equipped with that trinket. But there's no reason to equip him with a movement trinket until there's no more design 2 units in his army. I don't know. It's a problem for later. For now, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when, for real, I actually think we're going to spill some blood. This time I mean it. And we'll see you then.